What is up, guys? I am back for another movie reaction. This time, I'm thinking we should go animated. I think it would be a little fun experiment to see how many of the old Batman animated series fans I have watching these videos, because a while ago, I think there was a person who suggested a movie to me, and I actually thought about it, and I was all like, yeah, I haven't watched this movie ever, actually, and I was a huge Batman the Animated Series fan, and also the New Adventures of Batman. I watched those over and over again as a kid. I love those cartoons, and I never got around to watching this movie. Maybe it just flew over my head, because I was really young when the Batman Animated Series show came out. I think it was like in the late 90s, 97 I want to say when it came out. I don't know for sure, but the movie I'm talking about right now is Batman Mask of the Phantasm, and I have never brought myself to watch this movie, and I'm really beating myself up about it, because I know a lot of the die-hard Batman fans rave that this is one of the best Batman movies ever made, and I feel like it would get a lot more recognition if it was made into a live-action movie, because everybody takes live-action films, they just think way higher than an animated movie. So yeah, I think this would be a good opportunity for like Warner Brothers to maybe make this into a future Batman live-action film, but I don't know. I think also another reason why I haven't brought myself to watching this is I kind of know the ending, and I feel it kind of spoiled it for me, and I feel like I didn't want to just watch this even though I know the outcome of the end. But now I'm just thinking, hey, what the hell? We're in quarantine, not much to do. Let me just give it a shot and see how good it really is, because I know a lot of people love this movie. And I just think I'm in for a treat, and I hope you guys are too. So, no more wasting time. You know the deal. I'm going to be watching a movie, commentating on it. You guys are going to be watching it with me. I'll give a little short review at the end of the movie, and I guess basically just see if this movie holds up in the end, because like Mark Hamill's in it. I know he plays the Joker. Kevin Conroy's in this movie. He plays Kevin Conroy's voice. Let me just get it straight. Kevin Conroy's voice is what I think about when I think about the epitome of Batman voices, honestly. I think, because I just grew up with him as being the voice of Batman, and when I think of Batman, I think of Kevin Conroy's voice, because I don't think he's ever, no, he has now. He's played a live-action version of Batman in the Crisis on Infinite Earths, I know, on the CW. So I haven't got myself to watch that either yet, but so I think that's one of his only live-action performances of the Caped Crusader. But to me, the cartoon voice, Batman, always going to be Kevin Conroy. He is one of my favorite Batman. Looking forward to rewatching this. Well, not rewatching it, but to rewatch him play Batman, basically. So I want to see how he does too, and see if I still think he makes a great Batman, which I already think he is, and I think he will show me that I still love him to death to this day. But yeah, I'm just rambling on. Let's get right to it, guys. Yeah, Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Let's go. Okay, before anything, can we just like appreciate that opening for Warner Brothers? Like that cartoon opening just brings back so many memories to me. Okay. Alright, the opening to this movie already shows this is going to be a dark cartoon, I feel like Tim Burton could have adapted. Well, I haven't watched the movie yet. I'm speaking way too soon, but I'm just seeing from the opening credits, this reminds me of Batman Returns a little bit. Okay. A lot of action already. That's not Batman.
What do you want? I want you, Chubby Boy.
Now that's scary. If that's coming at you in cartoon form or even live action form, that's a scary sight. Oop. Batman's not having it.
Can't believe it's been 10 years.
Thinking of looking up some old friends?
Oh, Arthur, don't start that again. He's ancient history. Come on, Bruce.
Damn, 2 women on his arm?
Haven't you ever thought about marriage? Even once.
Andrea.
It's just that when I talk to her out loud, I can imagine how she'd reply. I can hear her, like she's right there.
I talked to my parents.
What'd you say?
I need a vow.
What vow?
A secret.
Ooh, man of mystery.
Yeah.
So tell me, with all that money and power, how come you always look like you want to jump off a cliff?
There.
I don't. Mother was asking.
Kind of reminds me of Justice League with Steppenwolf. Mother is calling. This is his first try?
Stomachs. Arms spread. Who's this clown? You heard Mr. Kung Fu? I'm shaking.
Ooh. Clutch. Watch out. Watch out. You're gonna get pinned. Oh, you're lucky.
Sorry, Alfred, but the plan is working. I had the itch. I could feel it. There was one thing wrong. They weren't afraid of me.
What is that?
Jiu-jitsu.
Gesundheit. It's a joke.
Jiu-jitsu is no joke. It takes years to master. Hey!
Ooh.
Got a few moves of my own. Oh, he laughs.
Ooh. This is a relationship starting on an abusive note.
Can you dance too?
If only relationships were that easy. That Alfred knows what's up. Oh my gosh. They haven't even got on a date yet. Sound like Harley.
Your angel of death awaits. Get away from me, you freak!
Ooh.
All right, creep. Catch this!
How do you do that? That's pretty cool.
Farewell, Mr. Bronsky.
You gonna bury him alive? Oh no. Oh, that's gruesome. Oh no. God. That's not a way you want to go.
He didn't do it. That man does not kill. Period.
Good recording.
You want him, you get him. He's usually here by now.
He's not gonna. He heard what you guys were saying. He's not gonna fall for that trap.
Sorry, Mom, but the whole world's going to see. You. Bruce?
Just because Batman was by that tombstone doesn't mean that's Bruce. This, I don't know. This just makes me feel like how cartoons have like progressed during the years and aged, and like how the detail of how they were created have changed. And it just I don't know. It's just cool to go back into like the early late 90s and see how cartoons were made back then, and just see how they have changed from now. That's all I'm just saying. Look how simple this is compared to like today's cartoons, like Family Guy, Simpsons. I don't know. It's just cool to see. So I guess Bruce is reminiscing about the past.
By the way, Dad's been wanting to meet you.
Oh, yeah?
But I told him you're not up to it yet.
Oh, I can meet him.
You sure about this?
Sure, I'm sure. What the heck am I doing, Alfred? This is part of the plan. I must be going nuts.
If I may make so bold, Master Bruce, I'd say quite the reverse.
Excuse me, Mr. Beaumont.
Alfred knows what's up.
Well, this is a most pleasant interruption. At last I meet the elusive Bruce Wayne. Nice to meet you, sir. Sir?
Bruce is
Don't be
a
so
tall
forward.
guy.
Andrea's told me so much about you, I feel like we're practically family.
Daddy.
Mr. Valestra here to see you? He says he has an appointment.
That does not
If
look
Mr.
like
Balestra
a
says
good
he has
guy.
an appointment, Virginia, then Mr. Balestra has an appointment.
Wow, he just takes one of his cigars without asking? Bruce knows that he's not a good guy. Right off the bat. You can tell.
Is my shirt too big, or is that my flesh crawling?
Well, Mr. Lester is not what you call a people person.
No kidding. It's gotta be one or the other. I can't have it both ways. I can't put myself on the line as long as there's someone waiting for me to come home.
Miss Beaumont would be glad to know you feel that way, Master Bruce.
Just doesn't hurt so bad anymore. You can understand that, can't you? Look, I can give money to the city. They can hire more cops. Let someone else take the risk. But it's different now.
The guilt for him. This is deep. For a kid's cartoon, this is really deep. I don't think kids would understand this.
Tell me that it's okay.
This is sad. Damn, that all played back in his memory.
You think you know everything about me, don't you?
I doubt that you're bottom. I bloody well ought to.
He's basically your father, man. Hey, don't talk back to your elders.
I'm no good at this. Here, you'll get the idea.
You
What do
proposed?
say?
Of course I will.
Well, right after he proposes, some bats show up. That's, seems like a message to me from his parents.
Looks like Dad's got company. Business type company.
That face just looks so... It looks like the Penguin. He flicks a cigarette right at his car. She gave it back.
Left with Dad. Too young. Need time. Forget about me.
He's changed. Well, back at that old theme park. Well, that's not scary.
I hate that song.
Oh.
Can it be? Old Sally, the Weezer of Lestra. Don't touch me, old man. I don't know where you've been. Oh, sir, no one could take a joke like you. Of course I'll help you out. Really? Certainement. No way is anybody gonna hurt my pal Sal. That's it. That's what I want to see.
Smile.
A nice big smile.
Oh.
Sal of the Lestra, your angel of death awaits.
Oh.
Guess the joke is on me. You're not Batman after all.
This madness ends now.
Oh.
This is the police.
He finally got that done to him, where that person disappears in front of him.
Top of your head and stay in the light. Use of technique is authorized.
Dude, how can they shoot at him? After all he's done for the city? He hasn't even hurt anybody. I mean, like, hurt the cops. Are they allowed to shoot at him already?
I gotta get closer.
Aren't these all bad guys, like, getting knocked off?
Construction site. Charlie 3, prepare for tickets.
I mean, if anything, he's kind of doing them a favor.
Hurry!
Batman outplayed you.
I suppose the world's greatest detective will find out eventually. You remember Daddy was having a meeting that night with his partners.
I hope we're going back to the memory.
Convince me.
This time tomorrow, on my mother's grave, as soon as the European banks open, I'll have the whole amount wired to you.
He has to get an okay from his bros. What a dick.
This time tomorrow, we'll
Why would you even blow smoke in his face like that? He already said he'd give you your money.
Pack a suitcase. We've got to get to the airport now.
What? But you said you'd have the money.
It's not that simple. The money's tied up in investments. Could take weeks to free up.
They wanted interest compounded in blood. You had to find another way.
The man in the costume. Your father.
He said he'd get them. Somehow.
Yep. Yep, Alfred leaves. Alfred's funny. He knows when he's not needed. Did Alfred ever have a girlfriend in the comics or something? I feel like Alfred needs some loving. Always thinks about his parents.
Is something wrong?
Who is this guy?
Maybe. Oh no.
Is it the Joker? Oh! He did have the same type of face. I should have seen that.
What do you want?
to find out who's iced the old gang.
So scary. So I think the rumor was that Tim Curry was in the running to play this Joker. He might have been too scary. Mark Hamill was pretty scary as it is, so to hear that Tim Curry was in the running for this and that they didn't want to go with him because he was too scary, I would love to see how scary he would have been as playing the Joker.
Why did the Joker meet with you? It has to do with the gangster murders, doesn't it? He thinks you're involved.
Boma needed me to help him and his kid get out of town.
So you sold him to the mob.
Hello?
Oh.
Anybody home? Listen, Boopsy, even though you never call and never write, still got a soft spot for you. Gotta hand it to you. Nice scheme. Costume's a bit theatrical, but hey, who am I to talk?
How does she get all these powers? Ooh. I thought he was going for the knife. Goes for the bologna. You gonna get her? How the hell did he jump that high?
They took everything, Bruce. My dad, my life, you. Look what they did to us. What we could have had. They had to pay.
But Andy, what will vengeance solve?
If anyone knows the answer to that, Bruce, it's you.
I know, exactly.
Joker.
He's like riding the train. Oh, he has this place rigged. Say what you want about Batman having like prep time and like he's always good at planning and he could never be beat if he has prep time. But Joker, he can come up with a pretty good plan too. I mean, it might not always work, but he's good at planning stuff out.
You just don't know when to quit, do you?
Nope. That's why he's Batman.
No. One way or another, it ends tonight.
Oh, he's crazy. He is one crazy man. So is she gonna kill Joker?
I couldn't save her, Alfred. I didn't think she wanted to be saved, sir.
Very true.
Vengeance blackens the soul, Bruce. I always feared you would become that which you fought against. You walk the edge of that abyss every night.
Yes, he does.
You haven't fallen in, and I thank heaven for that.
Alfred is so smart. Huh. She planned it there?
Quite a sight.
Yes,
I'm sorry. Do you want to be alone?
I am.
Oh, this is a sad movie. This is really deep. This is too deep, I feel, for a young audience. This just goes to show, like, the animated series, I mean, it's a very appreciated cartoon, but I feel it was meant for an older audience. Damn, that's how they're gonna end it? That's sad. Good movie, though. I gotta admit, very good movie. Batman, Mask of the Phantasm. So my thoughts coming right out of the gate after viewing this movie for the very first time. It's a heavy cartoon. I mean, I know Batman, the animated series, already is a heavy cartoon for kids. I mean, some people, I think that's why a lot of people consider it such a classic cartoon, is because people who have grown up watching the movie, and I mean the TV show, and still watch it to this day as grown adults, they can still love it and relate to it and see people still admire it to this day as being such a great cartoon. And so, like, whoever created the Batman animated series or the New Adventures of Batman TV shows did a fantastic job of just being able to make it appealing to children. And also, the person or the people behind it, they knew, like, as you grow, well, I don't know if they knew, but the show dealt with heavy subjects and like adult content. And so they probably figured that kids watching this years down the line as adults will come to find that they still like this cartoon show and will still watch it all the way up till when they're like 40 or 50. It's hard to find a cartoon show that can do that for a kid and an adult. So I give them major props. And also for this movie, Mask of the Phantasm, this I could really see this be a live action film, PG-13, maybe even if you want to go on the darker route, since everybody thinks rated R is the best thing now. Like, movies are just going that way, like Joker or Logan, Deadpool. Birds of Prey, I mean, that was kind of a flop, but it was okay. If Warner Brothers is thinking about making a Batman movie, like, I know the Batman with Robert Pattinson is coming out, but I'm just saying an idea. Because they're doing all these single movies now, like their own universe, not like the connected universes like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but like separate movies. I highly recommend them to not leave out the option Mask of the Phantasm as its own live action film. I think it would be a great idea. I think it would be awesome. I think a lot of people would be on board. Fans would love this. The movie is really good. I mean, for the animation, I mean, it's kind of lacking a little bit because it was made in the 90s. I mean, because just animation now is just like steps ahead of what it used to be. But still, just the subject of this movie and just how the voice actors created it to make it more believable, because voice actors I feel don't get credit for being such good actors because like they're behind a screen and they're just using their voices and stuff, but like voice acting I believe is a really hard thing to perfect. And just as regular actors are highly recognized for having great performances, don't discredit voice actors, because Kevin Conroy has been in the business for a long, long time, and people, diehard Batman fans, know him as being one of the best Batmen ever to grace a screen, grace a silver screen, whatever you want to call it, or put on the cape and cowl. So, for these voice actors in this movie be able to make this animated movie so believable and just interesting to watch, I give them major props. I feel like I would have liked this movie a little bit more, maybe like 30% more. I mean, I still really like it, but I feel if I didn't know who the Phantasm was before I got into this movie, I think I would have enjoyed it more than I already did. But that I'm just putting that out there. Because once you spoil something for someone, it kind of loses that feeling of just being in awe or like astonished. So yeah, like trailers nowadays. Trailers ruin a lot of stuff for the moviegoers, and I really try to stay away from watching trailers, but like it's everywhere. It's on Instagram, it's on Facebook, it's on Twitter, it's on just everywhere. Snapchat, any social media website will have the trailers or at least snippets of it, and you can't avoid it. So it's really hard nowadays to like not get spoiled before going into a movie or a TV show. That being said, does this movie hold up in my opinion? On the count of it being an old animated movie and just like kind of like the technology they had back then, and it's not modern. And I feel if this got a more modern take to it and got redone, yes, the subject of this movie is just great. And it could be redone nowadays and it would be holding up, in my opinion. But just for the way it looks, I mean, the animated series is a classic, and the New Adventures, classic. But just the way it kind of looks to me, for like, if a kid was watching this nowadays, like if a kid born after 2005 or something, 2010, I don't know if they would be intrigued to watch this, because it just doesn't pop to them, I feel, because it's really dark. And that brings me to another thing. Like, I could see Tim Burton making a live action adaptation for this movie, and I would totally go out to the theaters and watch it. I'm not just saying that. I would love to see this in live action form. I would love to see Michael Keaton play the Batman, even though he's older now. I mean, back then, this could have been a great Batman sequel to Batman Returns. But yeah, I mean, we can't always get what we wish for. So I'm just putting it out there. It would have been great to see Tim Burton direct this. I mean, I'm sure another director could do this, like Matt Reeves. I'm sure he could do this too. But I'm just saying, it has that kind of feeling of Tim Burton-esque type of movie. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, kids, it probably wouldn't go along with the new generation of kids and probably wouldn't really appeal to them. So I will have to say this movie doesn't hold up for the visuals, but for the subject matter, this is a very adult content, and I would love to see this be played again in theaters, maybe with just a new modern take. So in my opinion, for the subject matter and just the whole movie as a whole, besides the aesthetic and the look of it, I think it holds up. My rating for this movie, I'd give an A-. Yeah, honestly. It's a really short movie. I wish it was longer, to be honest. But I give it an A-. This is a solid cartoon movie. In my opinion, it's better than The Killing Joke. This is better than The Killing Joke, in my opinion. Way better. Mask of the Phantasm demolishes that. But yeah, if Mask of the Phantasm was like with a more modern cartoon look, like Killing Joke, yeah, hands down, this movie would held up, no questions asked. But A- is what I give this movie. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen the whole movie, I highly recommend it. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, and I'm glad I finally watched it. And I'm glad it got recommended to me, too, because I honestly forgot about it. Like I said, Kevin Conroy, great as Batman. Always love to hear his voice grace the screen. Mark Hamill, every time he's on screen, he steals the show. Fantastic as Joker, my number 2 Joker of all time. Dani Delany as Andrea in the movie. She does a good job. Really brings out the character of Andrea, and I feel her voice and her way she presents the character does a fantastic job, and I appreciate that whenever a voice actor can be able to do that for me. So, good job on her part. The voice actor of Alfred does a great job. I like him. He kind of reminded me somewhat of Michael Caine's Alfred a little bit, even though this voice actor came before Michael Caine. But yeah, these voice actors, they need to get a lot more credit than they do. I'm just telling you from my perspective. That brings me to my next subject. In the comments, I want to know your opinion on Batman the Animated Series, and what is your favorite... Oh, maybe, because I might be thinking about doing this. I might be thinking about maybe starting a new series, because I know I don't want to stay too much on Batman, because I feel like I want to venture out. I've said this before, because I just don't want to make this a Batman channel, but so far, there's a lot of Batman material that I have that I would like to work with. So I have a question for you guys. Let me know what your favorite Batman the Animated Series episode is, because I'm curious to know, because I haven't watched the cartoon in a long time. And I would just like to know, like, what you guys' favorite, I don't know, like, yeah, like I said, episodes, scenes, characters. Other than that, I appreciate you guys tuning in for this video. And, yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day. Also, if you like what you watch, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you really like what you watch, maybe hit that subscribe button, too. It really helps me out. Also, like I said, leave a comment about your favorite episode of Batman the Animated Series, but I want to know what your guys' opinion of this movie is. And what do you think the best animated Batman movie is? Because I might want to watch it too, and I might want to give some of my feedback on it too, because I haven't really paid attention to a lot of the animated movies. So I'm kind of curious to know how good they get. Because I know Phantasm is great. Batman Beyond, I think Return of the Joker, I watched that as a kid. That's a great cartoon as well. But other than that, there's not really a lot of Batman movies I've watched that are animated. So, yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know, because I'd like to venture into the cartoons too. I'd like to know more about that area of Batman. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video, okay? Peace.